How's it going, guys? My name's Graham and welcome to Two Left Thumbs. This is a quick follow-up to my part 2 of the Easter eggs and secrets references in Snowdin. Here I'm looking to compile all the secrets and additional content related to the sink in Sans and Papyrus's house, spanning the many different console versions of this game. It seems to be Toby's favorite place to add additional content between the versions. I assume nearly everyone has seen this basic interaction with the sink, but I think it's worth showing first to establish the ways in which the annoying dog has kind of always been tied to the sink. Impressed? I increased the height of my sink. Now I can fit more bones under it. Take a look-see. What? Catch that meddling canine. Curses. Sans, stop plaguing my life with incidental music. Something that maybe would have fit better in the last episode, but is still related to the sink. When Papyrus is hosting in this house, and you walk into the kitchen, he'll run over to follow you. If you then spam moving in and out of this space repeatedly, he starts racing back and forth to keep up. Once you've done this a handful of times, he'll have a unique bit of dialogue. Wow, being a good host is a real workout. That's all there is to it, just a fun extra little detail. My understanding is that it's a requirement that your game have trophies in order to be listed in the PlayStation Store. So I think part of the inclusion of this whole ridiculous concept was Toby just having any reason to include trophies in his game, something he never did on the PC version because he didn't want to control the way people experience the game. So the type of trophies he included are like ones for getting items. Don't worry, I have lots of ideas for trophies. Like getting items, or getting more items? Help me, I'm out of ideas. A few typical progression achievements, and then pretty well the rest of them are for dog nations. And once more, for having all of the Undertale trophies, don't you have anything better to do? He essentially repeated this tactic in the Xbox version. Even though the way it works is slightly different, he still called them dog nations, and had a few for lining up things like cherries or ghosts. We are good cherry toys, maybe something like chew toys, I don't know if I get the joke there. And when you line up DOG, the achievement is learn to spell, and I wonder if that's a joke that, you know, like Doge, D-O-G-E is the quote correct spelling. He clearly just had fun with this thing he wasn't that keen on including. If you'll indulge me for a quick 30 seconds. If you're looking for a game with wacky, unique worlds to explore, larger-than-life characters, and secrets and challenges aplenty to discover along the way, then maybe you'll consider the Fancy Pants Adventures Classic Pack. It's a platformer, so you know my segue and connection between the two games only goes so far, but it's something Two Left Thumbs is coming on to publish, repackaging and enhancing these Flash game classics for you to purchase over on Steam. We're adding tons of things to make it worth your money. Please go check that out. I'll remind you again at the end of the video. On the PlayStation 4 and Vita, it is a basic shrine that is improved and expanded by donating gold to it. This can be donated one at a time, all the way up to 350. You aren't just making donations to this machine, it asks you to either dognate or dognot. Really double whammy on the puns there. At 2 gold, the dog buys some fairy lights. 4 gold, dumplings. They look slightly nibbled, looks like the dog didn't like them very much. So far the donation money has been totally wasted. 6 gold. It's some kind of inflatable mascot. It's not clear how this is going to encourage anyone to donate. 8. The dog steals a picture of Papyrus holding pasta. 10. A shrine upgrade takes place. 13. The radio, which changes the music. It's having a psychological effect on your desire to donate. It's not clear what kind of effect that is. 16. Looks like the dog bought a CD for the boombox, but it's a game CD, so it won't work. 19. The dog steals a picture of Papyrus chasing the camera monster. 22. The dog spent all the money on a piece of rope. However, it's really not very much rope for the amount spent. It seems like the dog got ripped off. 25, we have another shrine upgrade. There's a quick fake out with the size of the donation box. You should be able to donate more at once now. But then it turns out the extra slot size is just painted on. You're still gonna have to do it 1 gold at a time. 30, a dog food dispenser is added. 35, we have blueprints, literally. It's white paper, but covered in little blue paw prints. Wait, blue paw prints. Could it be a clue? No, it's totally useless. Which I absolutely didn't expect to see a Blue's Clues reference in Undertale. How great is that? 40, the dog gets ripped off by rope again. It's not even any bigger than the last one. 50, the dog tries to get its shrine recognized. It's a framed letter from the Shrine Certification Committee. Apparently the dog applied to have its shrine certified. It was completely rejected. It doesn't seem to have realized that at all. And 70, the last dog shrine upgrade. There was seemingly no point to all of this. The Nintendo Switch release then has this fully upgraded shrine in disarray, abandoned, decrepit, and broken, with a red-blue door meant to resemble the Switch Joy-Con controllers. You can again interact with everything around the room, left over from everything collected in that PlayStation version. There's like a strange maintained continuity here. It's some kind of blueprint, marked with red X's. It's hard to tell if it means rejection or treasure. It seems like the more they tried to tie things together, the more frayed everything became. It seems it lost the will to fight. It's a photo of Papyrus. Somehow, even the spaghetti in the picture has gone rancid. A single gold coin sits at the bottom of the box. Could it be the source of this travesty? The dumpling is hardening. It's turning back into a regular dump. It's a tap that dispenses dog food. You pressed it. All that came out was dog sand. It's a broken game CD. You saw yourself reflected in the shattered pieces of the game. Which, I have to wonder what larger implications that possibly has. It's obviously going to make people think about Gaster being shattered across time and space. We won't read into it too far, yet. The boombox has totally fossilized. Now it can only play rock music. It's some kind of rejected certificate. It seems to have been rejected over and over. It's a photo of Papyrus. It creaks from disuse. The seal on the door is gone, but it seems the door is still stuck. There's an image of two analog sticks being pushed apart on the ceiling above the door. The seal on the door specifically falls away after defeating Mettaton X. And then in a very simplistic physical puzzle, the door itself is actually opened by you moving the Joy-Cons apart from one another. Behind this door is a possessed Mew Mew doll known as Mad Mew Mew. Two things are implied here. One is that the doll came from Alfie's, a known fan of Mew Mew Kissy Cutie, and that the doll is possessed by the same ghost monster that was once Mad Dummy. Mad Dummy, Mad Mew Mew. This is confirmed by the training dummy's absence in front of Undyne's house after this fight, and the Mad Mew Mew instead appearing after in its place with the True Pacifist ending. During the True Pacifist credits, Mad Dummy is replaced by Mad Mew Mew. The character is pretty nuts and the battle is full of flair. I won't go through every individual piece of dialogue, but it does mimic the Mad Dummy fight in some small ways. Mad Mew Mew doesn't actually take damage when hit, but will have their head pop off similar to the dummy, leading to a few extra bits of dialogue. They eventually stop fighting you as well, realizing it's not aiding them in fusing with their new body. There is a point in the battle where you're able to spare and show them what love is. You can spare or attack. Attacking will destroy their body, but it doesn't actually abort a true pacifist route since you're not actually killing Mad Mew Mew, simply destroying their current body. A fun bit of trivia in this battle: gnarly, tubular, way cool, awesome, groovy, mondo, outrageous, funky is a reference to Super Mario World's level names in the Special Zone. Mew Mew has a bit of dialogue after being spared. Huh? Such kindness. It's making me feel something. It may be a while before I can truly fuse with this body, but I think this is a start. To think that even though I hid here to be alone, I somehow made a friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At which point they sail away like Poochie.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Presumably to attempt to fuse with that body. If you had instead attacked and damaged their body, the animatronic limited edition Mew Mew machine was shattered into pieces. You! I finally found the perfect body. I even came to a secluded place to fuse in peace, but I guess I made an enemy. Just wait. After I repair this body, you're really going to suffer. Someday, someday, someday. Which kind of reminds me of, like, a monster truck rally. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And when speaking to them outside Undyne's house in the true pacifist route, you, thanks a lot for your help earlier, Mew. I'm starting to feel great in this new form. I want everyone to see it. Who knows? Maybe I'll even start my own TV show and take the world by storm. Watch out, Metaton. I'll step on your puny metal behind. Hey, do you think Undyne's going to come back here soon, or if you give it a quick knock, it sounds like only fire lives here now. Isn't it normal to think a lady might want to watch her own house burn down? It's sort of like your own personal fireworks show. Very personal. But if you had instead attacked Mad Mew Mew, you thought you could stop me from using this body? Ha! I may be in pieces, but I still gotta be myself. Your days are numbered, Mew. This is altered yet again in the recent Xbox One release. This destroyed shrine is bulldozed and replaced by a coin converter, donation box, and slot machine. Funnily enough, this small addition raised the Xbox rating of the game to teen for themes of gambling. Regular in-game gold cannot be spent on the slot machine and must instead be converted to coins, with an E in there, which I think is meant to be a play on Dogecoin cryptocurrency, both with the spelling and its ties to the annoying dog. From the donation box at 10 coins, Sans appears behind a poker table. It is instead Mad Mew Mew if Metaton X has been defeated, although they cannot be fought in this version. If you talk to Sans, hey, how about a game of dog poker? It's only 10 gold. Whoops, looks like you can't reach the table. Sorry, I keep forgetting how much taller I am than everyone. Guess we can't play. I'll try putting up a sign next time. If you then leave and re-enter, there is now a cardboard cutout of Sans. Either one of these characters will have unique dialogue commenting on whichever part of the room you most recently interacted with. If you win anything, take a look at it and talk to me. Someone's gotta roast you for all your hard work. First, you have to play the slots to earn coins and unlock all of these. At 25 coins, a Gamer Box game console system is added, an obvious riff on the Xbox. That meta joke is taken a step further by indicating that it comes with an exclusive virtual slot machine that has no real-life benefits. At 50 coins, an MTT-branded fast food box appears, likely from the MTT brand Burger Emporium in the MTT Resort. The Serpent Helm hat is added. At 200 coins, the Freedom Emblem. At 350, an eye dancer accessory is added by the Gamer Box, resembling the Xbox Kinect. At 500 coins, an HD upgrade. Coins won through the slot machine now appear in the overworld and bounce around Undertale's game screen. Beyond this, additional milestones exist that simply add more particles to the screen for future slot machine wins. Eventually, Sans and Mew Mew comment on the fuzz flying around. You can also unlock new items through the slot machine. 3 cherries earns you 3 cans of tonic. 3 ghosts, an M ticket. 3 bones adds the revitalizer, represented by different skin care products. And DOG adds a tall statue of the annoying dog in a suit, listed as 135th statue. For each of these items, I'll list off the text for interacting with the item itself, and then what Sans and Mad Mew Mew have to say about it. Welcome to Dog Casino, Mew. How can I assist you? My name's... second. You feeble, accursed human. Shucks, you came to support me at my first gig with my new look? I'm not gonna say the Mew every time. That means a lot to me. Okay, Mew, in return, I'll tell you my thoughts on any prizes you win. Just check them and talk to me, Mew. It's some kind of statue advertising fried dog food. Felt as if you put something into the dog's hands, it might solve some kind of puzzle. That's completely untrue, it's just the kind of feeling it has. Fried dog food? Nah, don't you know fried food's unhealthy? Don't trust anyone who tries to sell you that stuff. Winking at the fact Sans has tried to sell us fried snow before. A humanoid statue? Hey, I know this nice ghost that could really use a body. Just replace the face, and you've got a winner. Just think about how many knives it could hold in its arms. Knives! Physical, corporal knives! It's a fast food box, and also made to look a little bit like a McDonald's Happy Meal box. Inside, dressed with ketchup and buns, are some game controllers. There are bite marks. Seems the dog didn't get what it was buying. Fast food? From that Hotland joint? Sure, I like a good burg, but the restaurant one over's where it's at. Got a nice atmosphere. Done some comedy shows there on the stage. The king even came once. I said one pun and he just started going wild. So I just stood there, waiting for him to stop laughing, but he didn't. So after a while, they just closed the curtains on me. Probably my best show. Anyway, I'll treat you sometime if you're in the area. Fast food? Is that from that worthless MTT store? Pass, pass, pass. The guy working there is such a creep. It's not even funny. He just kept staring, like you've never seen a pretty girl. Turn her head around 270 degrees, while cutting all the pictures of your boss out of the menu, and replacing them with pictures of herself? It's absolutely normal for girls to do that, is what I'm saying. It's a gamer's treaty which declares the only 50 good games to ever exist. It seems to be war-torn. Hey, a game list. Pretty sure I know who made that. I was asking her if she had any old game recs for a friend, like maybe some easy ones about farming, or snails, or something, but I forgot that she's the kind of person who only, recommends whatever it is she's currently obsessed with. So she just told me the same RPG as always. Told her I'd try it if it ever came out on GamerBox. Little wink along with that one. The video I actually made right before this one was me recommending 50 obscure indie games you probably haven't heard of, RPGs included. So yeah, if you want to know what kind of games I recommend, definitely check that out. Good games? Yeah, you mean Mew Mew 2 Super Cutie Darkness Dress Up. Someone made up a game where you dress me up. So cute. And don't listen to any fool who says it's non-canon. That same person would say I'm degenerating Mew Mew's character, just for how I walk, how I talk, or even just innocently brandishing some knives. Well, Newsflash, I'm Mew Mew now, you futile fuels. You see me blowing a big cloud of smoke out of my mouth at an event? That's canon, because my body is shoddily made and emits smoke constantly. Various beautification creams for skincare-loving gamers. It has a slogan. Use this if you love skin. Use this if you love having skin. Skin cream? No thanks. Pretty sure that's my brother's stuff anyway. He loves skincare, if you couldn't tell just by looking. Never had a pimple ever since he started, he says. I'll intimidate the human with my spotless face, he says. Sans, don't bother me when I'm in the hyperbolic cucumber chamber, he says. But I couldn't tell you what it means. Beauty creams. I love that stuff, yeah? Of course, I can't taste anything yet, but the feeling of my teeth grinding it up is great. But don't let the MTT branding fool you. Oh, don't. When I went to the MTT burger place once again, the freak working there just stared at me when I asked him to make ice cream out of it for me. Like, hello, is your head screwed on right? No? And I'm bad for trying to help him re-screw his head on? What? It's a backwards baseball cap. It may be said that since no one is wearing it, it can't be forwards or backwards. But in this context, it's definitely backwards. What, you want to see me put on that hat? Nah, 2 reasons. First, I just combed, and second, do I look like the kind of guy to wear a hat? I'm vaguely suspicious if this whole thing is actually a knock on the infamous game theory about Sans being Ness. Ness doesn't really wear a backwards cap, but it would just be an amazing little reference if that's what he was going for. Wouldn't Undyne look great in a baseball cap? Her hair'd go perfectly through the hole in the back? Wait, that's a backwards cap. No, that wouldn't work. If she wore it backwards, you'd have to cut a hole above the bill for her hair to come out of. It's a ticket to a live gaming performance of a famous star. Your hand phases through. Seems like the ticket is incorporeal somehow. A ticket to MTT's live gaming show, huh? Nice. Those are always a hoot. He only plays games with mods that make him the main character. But, all the animations stay the same, so kind of funny when he's supposed to be, say, a long-tongued lizard. I'm thinking Toby Fox must be a big Yoshi fan. It's not the first time it's come up in this series. That ticket. No, I haven't seen it before. What? No, I don't know if it's originally Blukey's. No idea. Just, don't you think it's a bad influence on Blukey if they watch that weird robot? Which Blukey would be Napstablook, Mettaton used to be Hapstablook. He's just so inappropriately corporeal. Well, it's not my fault if I can't face them since I left to try and find a body, even if it means not letting them find out I've been their neighbor. Look, it's just something you can't understand. I'll quickly cover this one a second time, in case you fast-forwarded through the video. You found a GamerBox game console system. You can now play a virtual slot machine exclusively on the GamerBox console. However, you get nothing from it in real life, so there's not much point. All directly referencing in a meta way this addition of the slot machine to the Xbox version, a GamerBox. Wow, can't believe you got one in real life. Even if there's some kind of exclusive game for it or something. Couldn't you just watch a video instead of playing it yourself? That white box? Pretty sure this body interfaces with it somehow. There's some Mew Mew game on there where if you press the controller, it makes my body's voice box speak in response to what's on screen. Alfie's was using it trying to find this body right when I took it over. I could hear her footsteps approaching as she kept tapping the X button. I crouched in the corner trying to cover my mouth and voice box, but my body kept yelling, "Right here, I'm right here!" Finally, when she was just about to turn the corner and see me, I stood up and shouted with my own voice, "I'm right here!" She fainted, and that's my story. It's the GamerBox game camera. It lets you play using your movements in real time. It even comes bundled with the popular MTT Dance-Off, featuring famous star Mettaton, a Dance Dance Revolution reference. As Mettaton dances, the camera checks if you're applauding. Stop clapping and you lose. What's that? Some kind of camera? Yeah, Papyrus has been really into taking selfies lately. He just can't wait for the results of his training. So he's been editing them to make his muscles look bigger. It's not false, he says. It's just a glimpse of the future. Shucks, is that a camera? Like, want to take a selfie with me? Too bad. You gotta pay for photos of me. I'm trying to build up my brand. How else will I afford pink dresses for all my bullets? Post your own selfie. I'll like and share it. Serves you right. It's a stack of cherry-flavored Gamer Blood energy drinks. I do wonder why it's an apostrophe S. You need various vitamins to keep you energized while you game, like vitamin B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, caffeine, and whatever vitamins are in radioactive waste. Wow. The perfect combo of monsters and energy. I know someone who's always downing that stuff. She was saving the cans as scrap metal for something big. It's flavored after a famous cherry. It's most likely Alfie's downing these things, saving the cans potentially for a big project like Mettaton. As for the famous cherry, fans have speculated that maybe this is meant to be a reference to Merg, a very popular and prominent Undertale video creator. They use a little cherry for their logo, so it could be a cool little shout out in here. Energy drinks? What? The only kind of energy drink I need is electricity, because if I don't charge my voice box, demonic low-pitched voice clips emanate from inside of me, which is a reference to old like speak and spell toys and things like that. As their batteries started to give out, it would totally twist and alter the voice. Feed me. It actually kind of reminds me of an old Dane Cook bit.
That thing used to wake me in the middle of the night. Play with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I will kill your family.
Even so, Burger Freak refuses to make me a battery smoothie. Open me up and pour it inside. What is wrong with him? Don't make me go to Alfie's, Mew. It's a sign of Sans poorly stretched vertically with JPEG artifacting. You must be this tall and JPEG artifacted to play poker. Speaking of tall, my brother increased the height of the sink. The original height just wasn't challenging enough anymore. Yep, he's not someone that takes shortcuts, which I think is a little wink to the fact that Sans is constantly taking shortcuts. Guess he wanted to show they aren't necessary, in his own kind of special inconveniencing way. Nice sign, huh? And if you were to talk to Sans a second time after any of those dialogues, well, got anything? And after a second interaction, what? Check something you want my thoughts on. As I mentioned in the previous video, I don't have an Xbox and couldn't get this footage myself, so thank you to Jackie720 for uploading it. I wouldn't have been able to find it otherwise. I misinterpreted Toby's tweet and thought that every item would receive a different interaction with the different particle levels. It's just the dialogue at the table that changes. HD particles are won and added to the scene by playing the slots. If there are between 250 and 499 HD particles, wow, look at all that fuzz. Looks like our house after a certain dog comes by. Then Papyrus gets out his broom, stomps his feet, and goes, "Sans, you have got to stop shedding." With 500 to 999 particles? Wow, that fluffy stuff is really coming down. When it snows, Papyrus always puts his face to the window and goes, "Sans, look, it's snowing. Isn't it beautiful?" And I say, "You know it snows almost every day, right?" But he's already out the door making a snow angel, and then fixing up its muscles to make them bigger. And with anything more than 1,000 particles, whoa, it's looking like a blizzard in here. I've only seen it snow as bad as this once. You could barely see your bones in front of your face. But even so, the king was out there in red and white, putting down the presents for everyone. Papyrus, the yellow kid, the antlered girl, and her big sis, which... I might be crazy here, I have to interrupt. The yellow kid would obviously be Monster Kid, but would the antlered girl be Noelle? It could be something simple like the Gift Trot monster, but this could tie in very heavily to my Sans is a Darkner theory. Deltarune as a game also has its ties to Santa, and if Sans has spent time down there, he could have seen Monster Kid and Noel. Ooh, that gets me excited. He even had a little something for me, even though he didn't really know me. You're gonna have to meet him, huh? Bet that's a lot of pressure. So, I guess if it makes anything easier, don't think of him as king, just think of him as the guy who gave me some socks. If you talk to Sans again with 1,000+ particles, those were the days before I took sock collecting seriously. Hate to say it, but I was a noob back then. I knew absolutely nothing about the competitive scene, but things changed. Things changed, kid. Now new dialogues with Mew Mew as well, $2.50 to $4.99. Shucks, look at all that dog fuzz, Mew. Looks kind of like bullets. Remember when I fired all of those cotton balls at you, Mew? Then fired all my own bullets? So nostalgic. When are we gonna do that again? 500 to 999? As in, no, not 1,000. Whoa, there's gotta be more than 500 particles flying around here now. Aw, reminds me of back when I'd get cut and my cotton would fly out everywhere. Undyne, I'm still jointed and easy to put back together. You don't have to hold back. I want to say to her, but if I fuse with this body, I might really get hurt if she uses it for training. Fine. This body's for me, not for her. Still, the idea I might get really hurt if she stabbed me, it makes me feel... Follow your heart, Mew. Not now. Independently installed voice box. I don't really know what's all going on there. It's a pretty full-on meltdown. Like, kind of an interesting bit of lore for the character as well, but just kind of all over the place. And now with over 1,000 particles, specifically for the first time, I feel like everything is about to make a really big change. If I fuse with this body, the flowery, cotton-filled life I had will end. A new life as an anime cat girl will begin. A corporeal life, one with all sorts of maintenance. If I break something or get hurt, I might have to ask Alphys to help me. It's a bit scary, but I love this body, so there's no way I'm going back. Haha, I almost forgot. Mew, you reached 1,000 particles, so you've earned the 1,000 particle subscriber special. That's right, Mew, it's a special gift just for you. So don't tell anyone, okay? Lean in close, close your eyes, and listen to me sing my super secret song. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, how was that? Is your feeble mind blown? I can feel myself blushing. I'm never singing that again, so enjoy, Mew. Me neither. That was a one and only one take. However it turned out is how it's going straight into the video. Yeah, you gotta really embarrass yourself for those clicks on the YouTube, am I right? And if you talk to Mew Mew again with over 1,000 particles. Wow, 1,000 particles. Nice. But heck if I'm singing that song. You want to hear it again? Try buying another gamer box. There was more there to cover than I expected. I thought this was going to be a quick, easy video. I just moved, so I didn't have very much time to work on this. I'm glad I was able to put out anything this week at all. But hey, I think it's still an enjoyable video. We are actually in the range of days away from hitting 100,000 subscribers. I'm kind of celebrating that by launching a new Let's Play channel. It's going to be very quick, highlight focused. I think there's going to be some really great stuff there. I'm very excited for it. I'll have links down below in the description. Maybe you want to give that a look-see, you know, if that's your thing. Once more, I want to remind you guys to go check out the Fancy Pants Adventures Classic Pack. Give it a wish list if nothing else. It lets Steam know you're interested. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.